Welcome back to Human Resources for the People. It's a human capital revolution. Today we're going to be talking about the membership rate of labor unions declining in 2022. Now, labor unions have actually increased members. They Labor unions grew by 273,000 members last year, but jobs grew by a much faster pace and outpaced the labor union growth. This up from HuffPost, and the link is down below. But it says that, despite there's being some very large gains in big companies, right? The union shocked the world by gaining in Starbucks and at Amazon. But the overall rate, that is the percentage of the workforce, decreased again to 10.1% based on its monthly survey of household. It's the lowest rate ever recorded since they started looking at data, where in 1983 it was nearly double at 20.1%. If I recall correctly, there is non-government data that indicates that at one time it was upwards of 40 to 50%, but it is decreased greatly since 1983 and before. See a map from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, which draws out where labor unions are found by membership rate. They tend to be in the West and Northeast, but there is some high rates in the Midwest as well. It does tend to follow laws that are more favorable to labor unions. Although in the Midwest, a lot of the membership rates are a result of legacy and historic unions, such as the car industry and so forth, with the United Auto Workers. Because the South does not have a history of unionization, it's one of the reasons that it has lower rates. From the Economic Policy Institute, and it really reflects something that people aren't realizing, is that union members reflect all levels of education. More than half have an associate's degree or more of education, and about 42% have a bachelor's degree or higher. Now, this is a master's degree is actually the highest area of education growth with respect to unions in the United States. That represents a massive increase. Now, what this article calls out and what should be noted is that most of this growth in union membership is a reflection of the federal government and the state government's growth, specifically around education, and things of that nature. So if you go and review, uh, educators are becoming unionized, and many of them have, bachelor's or master's degrees. So that's something to understand, that unionization is actually moving away from sort of what you might stereotypically think as a union job with a hard hat and this sort of thing, a metal worker. And it's definitely becoming an area with a more white collar bent. Said earlier, the raw number is actually increasing. It went up significantly, but it couldn't keep pace with the overall job growth in the economy. The jobs grew a lot as a result. Uh, Non-union jobs grew more. What I would note is that I suspect um, in the next year, as we face an economic downturn, that we actually may see the first increase in raw percentage numbers, or in percentage numbers in, I think 70 or 60 years, because as a result of the stickiness of government jobs. Government jobs are typically not subject to layoffs. It's quite rare. And as the economy gets worse, you might see an overall increase in unionized employees as a percentage of the overall workforce. Highlighted here from the Huffington Post, union membership is much stronger in the public sector, where 1 in 3 belong to a union versus 10% of the private sector, or less, I assume. Um, it does have a slight difference among races, but it's pretty minimal. And younger workers are less likely to be union members. That's a fairly common. Many of the union members are very highly skilled, especially in the production area, and as a result, it takes a while to be that highly skilled. It takes a while to be paid at a union rate, and that's why you'll see that disparity. So that's it for today from Human Resources for the People. I hope you liked what you heard. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. What do you think about this increase in unionism in the workforce? I'd like to hear from you. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.